When she walked away, did your world shatter? Did every shared breath, every sacred memory, dissolve into nothing? You see her glowing now with him, and a cold dread whispers, was I ever truly seen? But listen closely. She didn't replace you. She escaped. Her happiness is a curated illusion, a frantic performance. This moment isn't about him, it's about you. Your response now dictates if you remain broken or become the unforgettable force she forever regret losing. Let's dissect this illusion. Point 1. She didn't heal. She hit the escape button. When a woman sprints into another man's arms immediately after you, it's not because she found her soulmate. It's because she's terrified of the silence. She's running from the void you left, not embracing a new future. Silence, brother, is where the reckoning lives. It's where the truth of the breakup, the crushing loneliness, the brutal self-reflection, and the gnawing regret all reside. Most people, they can't face that darkness. So she bolted. She plastered a new face, a new laugh, a new body over the gaping wound. But here's the kicker. Unprocessed pain doesn't magically vanish. It doesn't dissipate into thin air. It festers, it builds, it waits. And trust me, when the honeymoon haze of that rebound fades, when the noise dies down, all that suppressed anguish will come roaring back. She didn't escape the pain, she merely put it on layaway. And deep down, where her true self resides, she knows this. Every single night. Point 2. Her new man isn't your rival. He's a temporary plaster. It stings, doesn't it? It feels like she upgraded, like you were measured and found wanting, like you lost some unspoken battle. But you didn't. You can't lose to a bandage, because a bandage was never designed to be permanent. That man isn't your enemy. He's a placeholder, a warm body, a mirror she's using to reflect her own fear of being alone. And one day, that poor bastard will stare at his reflection and realize a devastating truth. He wasn't chosen for love. He was chosen out of desperation, out of her terror of facing her own emptiness. This isn't something to envy, my friend. This is something to pity. Because when the mask slips, when the superficial thrill evaporates, he's the one left paying the price for wounds that were never, ever his to heal. You wouldn't want that role. Point 3. Her social media performance is a meticulously crafted lie. You scroll, you see it all. The dazzling smiles, the staged selfies, the spontaneous adventures. She looks like she's living her best life, radiating pure, unadulterated bliss. But I challenge you, who exactly is she performing for? It's not just him. It's not just her friends. She's performing for you. Every perfectly angled photo, every forced laugh, every carefully worded caption is a directed message, screaming, "Look how happy I am without you. I won, but..." Here's the brutal reality of every performance. Eventually, the facade cracks. The louder she screams about her happiness, the more you can bet your ass she's empty inside. True happiness doesn't need an audience. Real peace doesn't beg for validation. Pain does. And her pain is definitely loud. Point 4. Comparing yourself will be your ultimate destruction. This is where most men suck. You start stalking his profiles. You scrutinize his life, his smile, his clothes. You conjure a fantasy where he's everything you're not. Taller, richer, funnier, stronger, more charismatic. But here's the poison in that well. You are comparing your lowest, most vulnerable moment to his meticulously curated highlight reel. You are bleeding your power, your focus, your potent masculine energy into a phantom competitor you don't even know. You're fighting a ghost your own mind created. The instant you cease this suicidal comparison is the moment you reclaim your sovereign power. Because the real question isn't, is he better than me? It's, am I becoming a better man than I was yesterday? That, and only that, is the comparison that holds any genuine weight. Point 5. Her control evaporated the moment you went silent. What truly shatters her isn't losing you, it's losing your precious attention. Because attention is pure energy, and when your energy is withdrawn, her power base crumbles. She expected you to be there, watching, lurking in her story views, reacting to her posts, validating her choices by showing her you were still affected. But the moment you severed that connection, a profound silence descended. And silence, my friend, is louder than any desperate text or angry word you could ever send. That's when the insidious tendrils of curiosity begin to creep into her mind. That's when she starts to wonder why you're no longer looking, why your name isn't popping up, why your energy is utterly gone. And when curiosity takes root, cracks appear in her perfect facade. Suddenly her new, shiny relationship doesn't feel quite so perfect. Because silence isn't weakness. Silence is absolute, unyielding strength. It's the echo she can't escape. And nothing, absolutely nothing, cuts deeper than your powerful absence. Point 6. The man she abandoned is not the man she's remembering now. Ponder this deeply. She didn't walk away from the best version of you. She left the man who had perhaps grown too complacent, the one who tolerated too much, who forgot his inherent worth, who stopped relentlessly pushing himself to evolve. But that, my friend, is not the man she fell for in the first place, and it certainly doesn't have to be the man you choose to remain. Breakups present you with a binary choice: stay broken or rise, magnificent and unyielding, from the ashes. This is your damn chance to rise, not for her, not to prove anything to anyone, but to reclaim your very soul. Because the most potent revenge isn't groveling for her return, it's becoming utterly undeniable. The man who transmutes heartbreak into pure, unadulterated fuel, who forges silence into razor-sharp focus, who transforms pain into monumental growth that man cannot be replaced. And when she witnesses that breathtaking evolution, she will understand, with chilling clarity, that she didn't just lose a boyfriend. She lost the best version of you she will never, ever get back. Point 7. Jealousy is a venomous trick, making you forget your true worth. Jealousy is a perilous game, played with your own soul as the stake. It whispers insidious lies, making you believe he's the ultimate prize, when in cold reality, he's merely a prop. Step back. Look at this objectively. If she truly downgraded, and in the vast majority of cases, she absolutely did, what exactly are you jealous of? You're not losing to him. You're losing to the distorted narrative of your own imagination. You're elevating him in your mind to someone far greater than he actually is. But here's the unvarnished truth. He wasn't chosen out of love. He was chosen out of her profound fear of being alone. And that means he is now trapped in her toxic cycle. She will drain him. She will use him to paper over her deafening silence. And when she's finished with him, she will leave him hollow and empty, just as she was before. So instead of succumbing to the corrosive acid of jealousy, feel pity, because he isn't living a love story. He's living her desperate distraction. And one day you will awaken to the realization that you were never truly competing with him. You were escaping the monstrous illusion that jealousy tried to ensnare you in. Point 8. Time is the ultimate truth teller. It exposes everything. Rebounds are a fleeting spectacle. They are fireworks, brilliantly bright, deafeningly loud, dazzling to behold, but over almost as quickly as they ignited. At first, everything feels intoxicating, exhilarating, like a brand new, magnificent chapter. But simply give it time. The initial glow will inevitably fade, the mask will slip, the honeymoon haze will dissipate, and when it does, she will be left staring directly at the harsh reality she so desperately tried to outrun. And in that profoundly quiet moment, guess who will occupy her thoughts? You, your undeniable presence, your shared history, the man who once offered her genuine, profound connection. And here's the exquisite twist. If you didn't chase, if you didn't beg, if you maintained your resolute silence and continued your relentless journey of growth, you become the stark contrast. You become the immutable standard. And that, my friend, is when regret, a chilling, inescapable regret, begins its slow, agonizing crawl. That's when she truly comprehends the magnitude of what she carelessly discarded. The man she remembers isn't the broken figure she left behind. It's the titan who rose from the ashes, stronger, wiser, and utterly indifferent, without her. Point 9. Regret is an uninvited guest, always arriving when the show concludes. Regret does not ambush her when she's out partying, posting her curated lies, or wrapped in the superficial embrace of her new man. Regret hits her in the sacred quiet moments. Late at night, when she's lying awake, staring at the indifferent ceiling, when the incessant flurry of messages ceases to light up her phone, when the initial thrill of being wanted by someone new dissolves into the same monotonous routine she once shared with you. That's when her mind inevitably drifts back, not to the temporary placeholder beside her, but to the powerful, silent man she foolishly left behind. She will recall the unwavering safety of your presence, the uncanny way you understood her without a single word, the profound comfort of your silence, and regret will begin to whisper, louder than any fleeting attention she ever chased. That is why your unwavering strength now, in this precise moment, holds such monumental importance, because while she's performing for a fickle world, you, in your glorious solitude, are meticulously building a monument to your own rebirth. And when her hollow show inevitably ends, she will realize, with crushing certainty, that you were the only real thing all along. So let her run. Let her plaster her fake smiles across social media. Let her pretend she emerged victorious. Because what she fundamentally fails to grasp is this: the real battle was never between you and him. The real battle was always exclusively, between you and your former self. And the instant you choose relentless growth over corrosive jealousy, powerful silence over desperate noise, unyielding discipline over chaotic emotion, you have already, irrevocably, won. She will feel it. She will notice it. But by the time that crushing realization dawns upon her, you will be so immeasurably far ahead, so utterly transformed, that looking back will be an act of utter irrelevance. If this resonated with the deepest part of your being, if it ignited a spark within you, then hit that like button. Share this raw truth with any brother who needs to hear it. And comment unstoppable below if you are choosing to rise, to build, and to become the legend she forever regret losing. Your journey starts now.